rust holes. This is the only bit of rust I've been able to find in the car, so we're just going to fix the rust. On the outside I'm going to use a Scotch-Brite wheel so that it only takes out the material it needs to. Alright, so it's all good just out here, around there, so I only really need to do this section. I thought it would have been worse, but apparently it's only the inner side that's rusted in here. So I might be able to just nick that piece out and replace it from underneath without actually touching the outside panel. I can only hope. Alright, so I've made a rough CAD template off camera because they're not very interesting. It's got the outside shape, which is actually a curve. It'll be a little bit more fun to make, but now we just got to cut the rust. Alright, I'm going to put that back over there. That gives me an outline of where to cut. Pretty good. Put that on a piece of metal. So now I've got to mark this line on there. Turn him over. That's fairly close. Alright, so my template. I'll fold that edge and then should be right to start tacking this one in. Shifter. Stick it across the line. And do a couple passes. Alright. Now that's mostly folded, I'll get to it with a hammer on a square edge and hit that down and give it the right curve. Alright, That's cleaned up that edge a little bit. Now we need to put a curve in it this way. So I'm just going to shrink that edge and then it should fit. That might even be a bit too much of a curve now. The curve is pretty much perfect for this way. This way is going to take a little bit of hammering, but I'll get there. Now I think I'll make this bottom piece for in here and make that the same curve as this first, and then fit that piece. So I'll cut this rusty bit, make a new piece of angle, and then go from there. A little bit of messing around, but they line up pretty neat shape. Just fit. So I trim this underside piece to fit, and we can start making them all glue together. Alright, so this piece is going to go on the inside here. I've marked where these two line up, so I know that goes right there. So I'm just going to cut the rusty bit off the inside, leave this corner open a little bit, and then hopefully be able to wedge that in there and glue it together. And we've got a part that fits. So I've just got to trim it to the shape of the door there. Just trim along that line, that'll be the right shape for there. This piece can go in, get welded onto there. That piece can go on the other side, get tacked in, fold that edge over, recrimp this edge. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is tack in the corners and have a tack every 50 mil, and then go along and then just put a spot weld next to each tack as I go, and then slowly work around it, and that should dissipate most of the heat and stop it from warping too much. Alright, so change it over to a flat disc now. It's an 80 grit. So what you want to do is sand along the weld, not across it. If you go across the weld, you'll bounce and dig out on each side. If you run along it, you're just taking off the highest point. The weld's actually sucked it down, so on each side is the high point. Which the edge of the door is flush with the rest of the panel. A little bit up there, but This edge here is flush with the rest of the door, so I can just put a skim over that and it should be sweet. Yeah, just got to most of it's about 1 millimetre of filler I'm going to have to put on there, but I'm happy with that, so bog it up. Micro adjustment tool. It's in pretty good there. .80 grit. Rough it up a bit. Give the filler something to stick to. Alright, so we've got the body filler mixed up. Now the most important part of it. You need the gift that keeps on giving. Okay, man. But this is going to be a cheaper hair, fresh face, so it doesn't need to be really good. That's nice, but it's not sure I can't say. Play this too much. Alright, so before I get up on love. I'm going to sand that now. Everything was in the actual area we're working on. Like I see, it's all it needs. Alright, so that's a simple rust repair. I had to spend about $56 to get some body filler and paint for it. I've still got lots left over for other jobs, so it's cheap enough. If you've got a MIG welder, I have an extra couple of metalworking tools that make it a little easier, but really with some hammers you can bend most bits of metal. So from Shed Corgi me, customise everything.